We're here to consider two important issues. The GreenBelt, which I don't know about you, but I don't actually know that much about it. I'm pretty new to all this planning speak stuff, and so I'm genuinely hoping to learn exactly what the GreenBelt is all about. But I will say no more because there are experts here who will tell us all about it. What we have to decide, I suppose, is whether it's what we want. That's the key thing. Before anything starts, I would like to introduce you to Alistair McKillop, who's Chair of Currie Community Council, and he's going to tell you a little bit about the role of the Community Council.
Your Community Council is here to discover exactly what you think about these two specific issues, because I think you agree they're both very important issues. The preservation of the Greenbelt and Murray's Garden District plans, of which we will hear more about later. As some of you are aware, we're a very new council, elected last September, and still very much finding our feet. So far, we haven't really had a chance to discuss either issue in great detail or to garner public opinion. Hence, we organise this event tonight. So, tonight, Murray Estates will make a presentation to you and various experts will add their comments as well. We'll have time to question and debate, listen to the planners, experts and developers, ask your questions, then decide, and then tell us what you think. Alison, who is our Acting Secretary, will now open the debate. Thank you.
Sometimes it's who, not what you do, just 'cause your father...
The GreenBelt also maintains the identity of Edinburgh as being quite a compact but quite dense town. And it keeps communities from being consumed.
The way that the forum's working is that we look at issues that we have in common. For instance, we've made a list of all the brownfield sites in the southwest of Edinburgh. We've drawn up a list of questions for the Scottish Government. Also now getting ready for the next round of the local plan discussions. A revised local plan will be published sometime, probably in May.
There are views for and against, for example, housing developments within the community, within any community, even though only a very small number may actively support a development. In the Coburn Crescent site case, out of 514 comments, there were only 3 in support of the proposal, we understand.
It makes you screech and pulls the skin off your bones. I can't help but think, so pick my mouth off.
If I can be quite unscientific just for a second and purely on the Greenbelt, raise your hands if you think we should ever build on the Greenbelt. Okay, that's very interesting. That's quite a few people. And those who think the Greenbelt should remain untouched. Slightly different.
We've talked a lot about Greenbelt, and that's the principle for discussion, but the reason why the Greenbelt is under debate is because of Edinburgh's housing needs. Almost 48,500 homes. It's total additional houses needing to be built to house the people who want to live in Edinburgh.
So we believe that the location of the Garden District is very well placed to take advantage of existing transport links and infrastructure, but also the scale that's been proposed would mean that we could actually enhance that infrastructure to serve the Garden District, but also to provide better links for local communities round and about.
And the losers?
Oh, well, we are the losers.
In short, we're the losers.
So just to summarise, I think the main takeaways are that this is a massive development that will take years to finish, and the artist's impressions are unlikely to really reflect what will happen in practice. And some of the flagship features, such as the stadium and the calyx, may actually never be built. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
I mean, I was very interested in some of the facts. I mean, who knew that we've lost over 4,000 acres of GreenBelt already? I mean, maybe that's something we should be concerned about. Murray Estate's view on the lack of impact on traffic, maybe you all agree on that. The CES plan is based on speculative estimates, not written in stone, they're speculative estimates. Is the brownfield sites a valid option for builders like Murray, given that they are more difficult and costly to develop? After all, it is a business and they do expect to make a profit. And can we afford to lose the arable land? So very interesting to hear from you on the floor. So if I can open up the floor, the gentleman right at the back with the white T-shirts, please, Marge.
You'd need, and there's a lot of these houses that need by 2019, so how are you going to provide all these houses if you only get 2 years to build them and meet the needs?
That's fine, thank you.
And unfortunately, the people who need those houses within that timescale aren't going to get them.
Information you were given a week past on Friday by senior members of the planning department suggested that Edinburgh, the southwest of Edinburgh was 2,700, not the 5,200 that you've implied.
I don't know, obviously I wasn't part of that conversation, but if you read the supplementary guidance in detail, it clearly indicates that this 2,500, which you referred to as, if you like, general floating.
Everybody, underline everybody, now accepts that the debate is about which part of the GreenBelt should accommodate new housing, not whether GreenBelt should be designated for housing. Now, there's a lot of people in here, and are they everybody?
Everybody, that comment was made in context in terms of the politicians and importantly the decision makers. Scottish Government and CES Plan and the supplementary guidance which has been approved by CES Plan.
Who thinks that the communities in this area should try and stop this? Could we have a show of hands? Okay, that's now we know what we're doing.